Welcome back to our channel, World Coins History. As you knew that old is gold, but these rare Abraham Lincoln pennies that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of American numismatics, focusing on a seemingly humble coin, the United States 1 cent from 1949. You might be wondering, how much could a penny possibly be worth? Well, prepare to be surprised, because this coin holds a hidden treasure that could make any collector's heart race. Stick with us until the end to find out just how much this 1949 penny could fetch on the market today. In 1949, the United States was in a period of post-war recovery, with the country rebuilding after World War II. The economic landscape was shifting, and a variety of coins were being minted during this time, each with its own history and significance. But among them, the 1949 penny stands out, not for any special design or commemorative purpose, but because it has become a rare and highly sought-after piece for collectors. The 1 cent coin from 1949 is a part of the Lincoln series, which was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find a portrait of Lincoln, a design created by artist Victor David Brenner. This image of Lincoln has remained iconic for over a century, and it represents both the resilience and legacy of the American people. On the reverse, the 1949 penny features the traditional wheat stalks, a design by engraver John R. Sinnock. These wheat stalks symbolize the country's agricultural heritage, an important part of the United States' identity. The design remained on the penny from 1909 until 1958, after which it was replaced by the memorial design. But it's not just the design that makes the 1949 penny valuable, it's the rarity and specific conditions of certain coins from this year that can cause their value to skyrocket. As we know, the value of a coin is heavily influenced by its rarity and condition. The 1949 penny, for the most part, was produced in relatively high numbers, with millions of them circulating in everyday transactions. However, over time, many of these pennies were worn down through heavy circulation, leading to the vast majority of 1949 pennies being in less than ideal condition today. But here's where the excitement begins. Certain 1949 pennies were minted with unique characteristics that make them incredibly valuable. One of the key factors that collectors look for in these coins is the presence of the S mint mark. The 1949 penny was minted in several locations, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the majority of the 1949 pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the coins minted at the San Francisco Mint, marked with an S mint mark, are the real treasures. These coins were minted in smaller quantities, making them far rarer than their Philadelphia counterparts. In addition to the mint mark, collectors also place high value on the condition of the coin. Pennies that were kept in pristine, uncirculated condition are far more valuable than those that have been damaged or show signs of heavy wear. A coin in near-perfect condition can command a significant premium in the market, making it highly desirable for collectors looking to complete their Lincoln penny collections. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1949 penny is its potential for minting errors. Some 1949 pennies were produced with slight design flaws or other mistakes during the minting process. These errors can include anything from misaligned dies to over-polished surfaces, and coins with such errors can be worth a lot more than regular, error-free coins. For example, a 1949 penny with a double die or a double date could see its value skyrocket, making it a prized find for eagle-eyed collectors. So, you might be wondering, what is the value of the 1949 penny today? How much could this seemingly ordinary coin actually be worth? Well, depending on its condition and the rarity of its mint mark, the value of a 1949 penny can range anywhere from just a few dollars to a few $100s. But if you have an uncirculated 1949 penny or a coin with a significant minting error, the value could rise dramatically. Now, hold on to your seats, because here's the kicker. If you are fortunate enough to have a near-perfect 1949 penny in your possession, or one of those highly sought-after error coins, it could be worth as much as $65,000. Yes, you heard that right, $65,000 for a single penny. That's a life-changing amount for a coin that, at first glance, might seem like just a small piece of history. It's a reminder that coin collecting isn't just about the face value of the currency, it's about the history, the rarity, and the condition of the coins that make them valuable. So, if you have a collection of old pennies or come across a 1949 penny, take a closer look. It could be worth far more than you ever imagined. To wrap things up, the United States 1-cent coin from 1949, while seemingly ordinary, holds an exciting and valuable place in the world of numismatics. Whether you have one in your pocket or are considering adding it to your collection, always remember that rarity, condition, and unique features like minting errors can make all the difference when it comes to coin values. So, next time you're rummaging through old coins or visiting a coin shop, don't overlook the 1949 penny. It might just be the hidden gem you've been searching for. Thanks for watching. Top 2, we're going to explore one of the most intriguing coins in US history, the 1-cent coin from 1976. At first glance, this might seem like just another penny, but there's more to this coin than meets the eye. In fact, if you know what to look for, this 1976 penny could be worth far more than its face value. Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll learn just how much this coin could fetch in today's market. The year 1976 was significant in American history for many reasons. It marked the bicentennial anniversary of the United States, celebrating 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. To commemorate this milestone, the U.S. Mint issued special coins, including a new design for the 25-cent quarter and a series of commemorative coins. However, even though the 1-cent coin wasn't directly involved in the bicentennial celebrations, the 1976 penny still plays an interesting role in the world of collectors. The design on the 1976 penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909. On the obverse, you'll find a well-known portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, created by artist Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's image has become one of the most recognizable on any coin, and his legacy continues to be honored through this iconic design. On the reverse side, you'll see the familiar wheat stalks that symbolize the agricultural backbone of America. These wheat designs were used on pennies from 1909 to 1958, and while they were replaced by a memorial design in 1959, the 1976 penny still carries that historical imagery. So, what makes the 1976 penny stand out from all the other years? Well, it's primarily the minting conditions and a few unique details that could make this coin valuable. The 1976 penny was struck during a time when the U.S. was moving toward a more modern, mass-produced approach to coinage. As such, many of these pennies were made in large quantities, meaning that most of them saw extensive circulation and have significant wear and tear. But here's the thing, while most of these coins might not be worth much more than 1 cent, there are a few rare exceptions. One of the main factors that can drive the value of a 1976 penny up is the coin's condition. For any collector, the state of preservation is crucial. Pennies that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition are always in high demand. Most 1976 pennies that you'll find in circulation today have been subject to years of handling, meaning they're likely to have visible signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. However, if you happen to have a 1976 penny that's remained in excellent shape, or if you've stumbled upon one that's been carefully preserved over the years, it could hold far more value than you realize. Another critical factor to consider is the mint mark. The U.S. Mint produced the 1976 penny at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the Philadelphia Mint produced the majority of these coins, it's the San Francisco minted pennies that are of particular interest to collectors. The 1976 penny, which was struck for proof sets, is often the most valuable. These proof coins are specially made for collectors and are struck using a higher quality process, making them more detailed and visually appealing than standard circulation coins. If you come across a 1976 penny that's been well preserved or remains uncirculated, you could be holding a highly sought-after piece. But there's one more twist to the story that could make this penny even more valuable: minting errors. Errors in coins are always a big draw for collectors, and the 1976 penny is no exception. Some 1976 pennies were struck with defects during the minting process, such as double dies or off-center strikes. These coins can be incredibly rare, and when they do surface, they can command a premium price. For example, if your 1976 penny has a noticeable error, such as a doubled image of Lincoln's portrait or the date, it could drastically increase its worth. A coin like this could easily fetch much more than just a few dollars, especially if the error is particularly rare. Now, let's get to the exciting part. You've probably been wondering just how much a 1976 penny could be worth. Well, the value depends on a few key factors: its condition, its mint mark, and whether it has any minting errors. But here's the big reveal: a 1976 penny in uncirculated or proof condition could potentially be worth as much as $55,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $55,000 for a single penny. If you happen to have a 1976 penny that's in perfect condition or a rare error coin, it could fetch this impressive sum. Of course, not every 1976 penny will be worth this much, but for the lucky few who have one of these prized coins, it could be a windfall that's too good to pass up. In conclusion, the United States 1-cent coin from 1976 may seem like just another penny, but it holds a special place in the world of coin collectors. From its historical significance to the potential for rare minting errors, this coin has all the makings of a hidden gem. So, if you've got a collection of pennies or you're out searching for coins, don't overlook the 1976 penny. You might just find a valuable piece of American history that could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 3, we're diving into the world of American currency to explore a coin that might seem like just another everyday penny at first glance, but is actually a hidden gem with surprising value: the United States 1-cent coin from 1991. Most people might not think twice about this coin, but the truth is, there's more to this little piece of history than you might imagine. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll find out exactly how much this 1991 penny could be worth in today's market, and it's likely more than you think. Let's start by taking a step back and looking at the broader context of U.S. coins in the early 90s. In 1991, the U.S. was in a period of economic stability. George H.W. Bush was president, and the country had just emerged from the Gulf War. The U.S. Mint was producing coins that were used every day by millions of Americans, including the iconic Lincoln cent. The design of the 1991 penny is part of the long-running Lincoln series, which first debuted in 1909. This series has become one of the most recognized coin designs in the world, with the image of President Abraham Lincoln gracing the obverse of the penny for over a century. On the front of the 1991 penny, you'll find the familiar portrait of Lincoln, designed by artist Victor David Brenner. This design, with its simple yet powerful representation of one of America's greatest presidents, has remained virtually unchanged for over 100 years. On the reverse side, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. The memorial design has been a feature of the Lincoln cent since 1959 and remains an iconic symbol of American history and unity. So, what makes the 1991 penny so special, especially when there are so many other pennies from this era that are still in circulation? The truth is, most 1991 pennies are not worth much more than their face value of 1 cent. These coins were minted in large quantities and saw widespread use, so finding one in perfect condition can be rare. However, there are some specific factors that could make the 1991 penny worth much more than you might expect, and these factors can be game changers for coin collectors. First, let's talk about the condition of the coin. If you have a 1991 penny that has been well preserved and kept in mint condition, it could be worth significantly more than its face value. Coins that have been carefully stored, away from the elements and protected from wear and tear, are always in high demand among collectors. The vast majority of 1991 pennies you come across will likely show signs of age, scratches, discoloration, and other imperfections from years of circulation. But if you happen to have one that is free from these imperfections, it could be a rare find indeed. another key element that can affect the value of a 1991 penny is the presence of a mint mark. Like most U.S. coins, the 1991 penny was struck at multiple mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While the Philadelphia Mint produced the most common versions, there's something special about certain mint marks. If you find a 1991 penny with an S mint mark, which signifies it was minted in San Francisco, you could be looking at a more valuable coin, especially if it's in uncirculated condition. But the real excitement for collectors often comes from the discovery of minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, leading to unique variations of a coin. For example, a 1991 penny might have been struck with a misaligned die, causing the design to be off-center. Other potential errors could include double dies or a coin that has been overpolished, making it an exceptional find for collectors. These types of errors are highly prized, as they are rare and unique, which drives up their value in the market. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter: how much could a 1991 penny actually be worth? As we've discussed, most of these coins are not particularly rare or valuable in everyday circulation. However, if you have a well-preserved 1991 penny with a rare mint mark or a significant minting error, the value can rise dramatically. A pristine, uncirculated 1991 penny could fetch a few dollars, maybe even up to $50, depending on its condition. But here's the real kicker: if you have one of those truly rare minting error coins, it could be worth a lot more than just a few dollars. In fact, there have been reports of 1991 pennies with rare errors selling for astronomical amounts. And if you happen to own a 1991 penny with a particularly unique or highly sought-after error, you could be sitting on a coin worth as much as $41,000. Yes, you heard that right, $41,000 for a single 1991 penny. This is a life-changing amount of money for something that, on the surface, may seem like an ordinary coin. So, if you have a collection of coins at home or if you're out searching through change, don't overlook the 1991 penny. While most of them are worth just 1 cent, there's a small chance that you could have a rare, error-filled gem that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Always pay attention to the condition, the mint mark, and any possible minting errors. These factors could be the key to unlocking the true value of your coin. In conclusion, the 1991 penny may seem like just another piece of change, but it has the potential to be so much more. Its value can vary greatly depending on its condition, mint mark, and the presence of minting errors. And for the lucky few who have a rare error coin in their collection, it could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. We have a special treat for you: a deep dive into a coin that might be hiding in your pocket change right now, the 1978 United States 1 cent coin. That's right, this humble penny from over 4 decades ago could be worth far more than its face value, and you won't believe just how much it could fetch on the collector's market today. Stick around, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your coin collection to potentially strike gold with this tiny piece of U.S. history. Let's start by taking a look at the background of the 1978 1 cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny. The penny, as many of you know, has been an essential part of American currency for over a century. The 1978 penny, however, is part of a fascinating period in U.S. coinage. During this time, the country was experiencing economic change, with inflation rates rising and new designs emerging across different denominations. But the penny, still bearing the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, was a constant in everyday life. The 1978 coin, in particular, holds historical value because it was minted at a time when the United States was transitioning in terms of both its economic policies and coinage production. But why is this specific year so significant for collectors? It all comes down to its rarity, minting errors, and condition. While the 1978 penny was produced in large quantities, not all of them are created equal. The key to finding a valuable 1978 penny lies in its condition. As with any collectible coin, the better the condition, the higher the value. Coins that have been heavily circulated, with signs of wear and tear, are worth far less than their pristine counterparts. In fact, finding a 1978 penny in uncirculated condition meaning it has never been used in circulation and retains its original luster, is relatively rare. The more pristine the coin, the more desirable it becomes to collectors, which drives up its market value, but there's more to it than just the condition. As with many coins, minting errors can significantly increase the value of a seemingly ordinary penny. Some 1978 pennies were struck with errors during production, making them highly sought after. These errors can range from doubled dies, where the design appears more than once, to off-center strikes, where the image on the coin is misaligned. These imperfections make the coin unique, and that uniqueness is what collectors are willing to pay top dollar for. One of the most coveted errors in the 1978 penny series is the double die variety. Double die coins occur when the design is imprinted onto the coin more than once, resulting in a slight shift in the image, usually noticeable on the date or the lettering. In the case of the 1978 penny, double die varieties can be especially valuable if the error is noticeable, especially on the word Liberty or the date 1978. These double die coins are extremely rare, and collectors who specialize in error coins often pay a premium for them. Another potential error to look out for is the off-center strike. In some instances, the penny was struck off-center, meaning the design wasn't properly aligned during the minting process. These off-center pennies can have dramatic, uneven images that are incredibly rare and highly sought after. If you happen to find one of these in your collection, you could be looking at a serious windfall, but what makes the 1978 penny so intriguing isn't just its errors or minting history. It's the sheer rarity of finding a perfect specimen in excellent condition. Most pennies from 1978 were used in everyday transactions, and over time, they picked up wear, scratches, and discoloration. The ones that were preserved well, either by collectors or through fortunate circumstance, are few and far between. So, if you happen to have a 1978 penny that is in perfect, uncirculated condition or contains a minting error, you might be holding on to something worth far more than you think. Now, you're probably wondering, how much could a 1978 penny be worth? While a typical 1978 penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent, if you've got a pristine, uncirculated coin, you could be looking at a few dollars. But here's where things get exciting: error coins, especially rare ones like the double die or off-center strike, can be worth a lot more. In fact, if you have an especially rare version of the 1978 penny with a noticeable error or in uncirculated condition, it could fetch a whopping $51,000. Yes, you heard that right. A 1978 penny with a rare error or in pristine condition could be worth $51,000, a staggering amount for a coin that was once just part of everyday change. So, before you toss any old pennies into a jar or give them away, take a moment to inspect your collection. That tiny, unassuming coin from 1978 might just be your ticket to a small fortune. As always, if you're serious about coin collecting or want to know more about the value of coins, be sure to check the condition of your collection, and don't hesitate to consult with experts or use online resources to verify any potential rare finds. Whether you're an experienced collector or just getting started, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know when you might stumble upon your next treasure. Top 5 and last amazing coin. We're diving into a fascinating piece of American history, a coin that might just be hiding in your spare change right now. We're talking about the 1992 United States 1-cent coin, commonly known as the Lincoln penny. While most of us probably think of these pennies as mere pocket change, what if I told you that this specific year could hold the key to a small fortune? That's right, the 1992 penny could be worth way more than a single cent. In fact, it might be worth thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and specific features. Stick with me as we explore why this penny is so valuable and what you should look for to determine if you've got a hidden treasure. The 1992 penny is part of the long-running series of Lincoln cents, first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the penny has undergone various design changes, but since 1959, the obverse has featured Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse side has seen a few updates too, but the 1992 penny still retains the familiar shield and wheat design that became iconic in US numismatics. At first glance, the 1992 penny may seem like just another coin from the early 90s, nothing too special. But there's more to this penny than meets the eye. First, let's talk about its history. In 1992, the US Mint produced billions of pennies to meet the demand for coinage in daily transactions. However, it's not the sheer quantity of these pennies that makes them special, rather, it's the condition they're in and the potential for rare minting errors. Most 1992 pennies are still relatively easy to find in circulation, and a coin that's been used in everyday transactions will typically be worth only its face value, 1 cent. But here's the twist: some 1992 pennies were struck with errors or imperfections that have made them highly desirable to collectors. These errors are the key to understanding why certain 1992 pennies can be worth so much more. One of the most notable types of errors on 1992 pennies is the double die variety. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck more than once, resulting in a slight misalignment of the image. This error typically shows up in the date or the lettering, and on the 1992 penny, it's often found on the word Liberty or the year 1992. This can make a huge difference in the coin's value because a double die coin is much rarer than a regular, single-strike penny. In fact, double die coins are highly sought after by numismatists, as they're considered an anomaly in the minting process. Another type of error you'll want to watch out for is the off-center strike. These occur when a penny is misaligned in the press, causing part of the design to be cut off or shifted. Off-center pennies, especially those where a significant portion of the image is missing, are incredibly rare and very valuable. These kinds of errors often attract premium prices from collectors who are eager to add these unique pieces to their collections. In addition to errors, the condition of the coin is crucial when determining its value. As with any collectible, coins in better condition fetch higher prices. A well-preserved penny, free from scratches, stains, or signs of wear, is much more valuable than one that has been used heavily in circulation. The key to a high-value 1992 penny is finding one that has been well maintained and shows little to no signs of handling. But what's the actual value of a 1992 penny in excellent condition or with a minting error? Most standard 1992 pennies will only be worth their face value, just 1 cent. However, if you have a 1992 penny that's in mint state or has an error, you're in for a potential windfall. A 1992 penny in uncirculated condition could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to a few hundred, depending on its condition and rarity. But here's the real kicker: if you happen to have a 1992 penny that contains one of the rare minting errors, particularly a double die error or an off-center strike, it could be worth a staggering $41,000. That's right, a single penny from 1992 could potentially bring in $41,000, making it an incredibly valuable find for any collector lucky enough to stumble upon it. So, how do you spot a valuable 1992 penny? First, check the condition of your coins. Is it shiny and new-looking, or does it show signs of wear? If it's in near-perfect condition, you may be looking at a higher-value coin. Next, look closely for any signs of doubling in the design, especially on the year 1992 or the word Liberty. If you notice any unusual shifts in the design, you might just have a double die error on your hands. Finally, check for any off-center strikes. Coins with a noticeable misalignment or missing portions of the image can be worth significantly more than a standard penny. If you've got a collection of pennies from the early 90s, or even just a handful of 1992 pennies sitting in a jar or coin box, it's worth taking a few moments to inspect them. Who knows? You might have a hidden gem worth thousands of dollars. Coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes the most unassuming coins hold the greatest potential for profit. That's all for today's video on the 1992 United States 1 cent coin. I hope you've learned something new about the potential value of these pennies and how to spot the rare ones that could make you a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more exciting discoveries in the world of coin collecting. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!